Joining me now from Rocklin, California, founding member of Informed Parents of Rocklin, Courtney McDaniel. Courtney, what's going on in California is not education in terms of this sex ed, if you will. I use that in air quotes, this sex ed. It's not education, it's indoctrination, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we feel like since the passage of the California Healthy Youth Act in 2016, what was once, the education on the health of the reproductive system has now transitioned into the information and education about a minor's right to their sexual pleasure.
Right, and so this is imposing an ideology that would be out of Sacramento, or an ideology that Sacramento supports on these innocent young minds. For example, this whole gender nonsense that's going on. And to anybody who's got a Judeo-Christian foundation or anybody with a brain realizes that there is not 3 genders or 4 genders or 27 genders, yet this curriculum opens the door to allow these children to believe that there are more than 2 genders.
Yeah, in fact, the state is encouraging schools to teach kids that their gender is fluid. They're encouraging them to explore their gender identity. What we're seeing that's really disturbing to us is the effects this is actually having on kids. I have a friend who has a 12-year-old boy who called his mother from the bathroom because he was really upset about what his science teacher was saying, that your gender identity and your gender expression and your biology don't match. We have another student who refused to put his sister's laundry away because he was taught that he could have a girl brain and a boy body. So this is having really harmful, confusing effects on kids in the spectrum of ages, from young kids to older kids. It's really causing a lot of confusion.
All right, now I want to warn my audience now, which is a rather conservative audience. I'm going to show a picture, just one page from the curriculum. It's not a bad picture. It's not pornographic in any way. It's just got some verbiage on there that some people may not want to read. There's nothing, no profanity on there. It's just stuff. It's stuff, and it's just the fact that I'm giving this warning, yet it's in the curriculum for children is amazing to me. But this is part of the California Healthy Youth Act, and boy, if there was ever an oxymoron, the California Healthy Youth Act. It requires sex education. This is just one example, but this dives into other areas. This is meant for 7th graders, and school districts have choices on what curriculum to use, but in some cases, and maybe the school district you're dealing with, it's explicit, it's radical, it's ideological. Those are the kinds of choices that some school districts are foisting upon these young minds.
Yeah, the problem is that all of the curricula that has been adopted by the state has all been written by groups like the ACLU and Planned Parenthood. So even in a district like mine, who has chosen sort of the lesser of all the evils, it's still approved by these groups. They had such a heavy hand in them. Things like teaching them, how to get to their nearest abortion clinic. These are all standard in all the adopted curricula.
Right, and you pointed out one case where 12-year-olds, I guess in school, were told that they need to, as some sort of project, they need to map out the shortest route between their house and the nearest abortion clinic?
Yeah, there's a lesson in several curricula that asks kids to write the directions from their house to the nearest abortion clinic. In the meantime, they're also telling students over and over and over again that they can leave school without their parents' permission to receive these services.
And this is an attack, if you step back and you look, this is an attack on the Judeo-Christian foundation of this country. It's also trampling on the constitutional rights of you, the parents, as well as the children, as part of this indoctrination propaganda project that's underway in California and other parts of the United States. Why should we care? Well, because when they attack the foundation of a country like this, then it's a lot easier to impose their radical ideology on the people that they're trying to impose it on. So you destroy the foundation and you replace it with something else, and that's exactly what we're seeing, unfortunately, in California. Courtney,
want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.